Containers are becoming more and more popular than ever before. They are very versatile. You can use them in multiple different locations, occasions. You can have them on your balcony in an urban landscape, or you can have them out in a public garden to add some multiple dimensional interest. There are a couple things that you really need to make sure that you do when you're thinking about using containers, no matter whether they're small or large. First, you need to decide what you want to use as a container. They can be pretty much anything. You can use old chimney pipes, you can use plastic, you can use old wheelbarrows or watering cans. All you need to do is make sure that you have a few things in common. You need to make sure that it has drainage. If it does not have drainage, you need to add the drainage to it. If the bottom does not have a lip like this one does, then you need to make sure that the drainage is actually along the outside edge of the container instead of the bottom. The other thing is the large containers, you really don't want to fill them up with soil. Soil's pretty expensive. So to kind of lessen that expense, you might want to fill the bottom third up with some kind of filler. You can use old water bottles, you can use the old containers that your plants came in, or one of the best things that I really like to use is mulch. Fill up the bottom third with wood mulch, and then in the end of the season, you can actually take that and just put that back into your compost. The one thing you want to stay away from is using rock. Rock is heavy and it actually kind of creates this multi-layer, and water doesn't actually seep through until the soil is completely saturated. So sometimes you'll have some water issues if you use rock in the bottom of your container. The next thing you want to look at is the soil. Use a soilless mix and something that has a little bit more mulch in it. The mulch and the wood bark will actually help hold that moisture in that soil throughout the summer. You also want to make sure it has some peat, some perlite, and some vermiculite in it. One of the things that you really don't want to skimp on is the soil. That's where all of the plants are going to get all their nutrients. They're going to live there, and you really want to give them the best house to live in. So make sure that you get good soil. When you do start to fill up this container, make sure that you give the lip a little bit of edge. So you want to fill the container and give it about 1 inch between the lip of the container and the soil line. You also want to pre-moisten the soil before you put it in the container, and you want to add a slow release fertilizer, one that has at least a 3-month life, 6 month if you can find it. Also, you want to make sure if you're planting any kind of vegetables in here, the slow release needs to be for vegetables. There are a few that might have some micronutrients in it that you don't want the vegetables to take up. Go get that great soil and start planting containers in your backyard.